It's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. Welcome to the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons Economy Edition. We are missing a few folks tonight, but we are here for content generation and some Dragon Horde finding. So let me throw it over to the man with the plan who's here most Wednesdays, except in July, but we'll talk about that later. It's Silent Buck.
Hello, welcome to Long Shots on a Diet, the low-calorie D&D session that's going to still provide you fun, but, you can have a smaller portion. So guys, how are we feeling this week? You guys murdered a dragon last week. That was fantastic.
Sure did.
Didn't take that many rounds either. I think 3 or 4, possibly 3.
Not a lot of folks took that much damage either.
No, it didn't really have a chance.
Yeah, just kind of get out there.
That being said, how do we feel about ballistas?
With a sharpshooter and steady aim, I love them.
They're great.
I'm not allowed to use steady aim in my other game.
Yeah, well, some people... I've always taken the approach of if it's official material, they want you to be that broken, It'd be different if steady aim was Unearthed Arcana, then I could see somebody being like, no, I can't use that.
That's all right. I have to be creative just how I hide. But I'm doing well. I'm excited. We have one dragon down, one to go eventually. And, yeah. How are you two doing?
I'm doing good. Feeling a lot better than I was last week. I was a bit sick, but back at 100% today. Can't wait.
I also wanted to start singing Down with the Sickness, and I'm like, oh man, I'm alright. Okay. Well, I can promise you that tonight's Horde will be a nice find. You guys can dig through there, decide what you want to do. I will tell you that there is an item in there that I have not given out in many years. I refuse to give this item out more often than not, because not only is it abused, but it's kind of powerful. But you guys are close to the end of the campaign now. I think for your first campaign experience, giving you guys something like this is exciting. So have fun with that.
I'm going to reset the timeline back to level 1 accidentally.
Oh, no. The worst thing you'll do is Wizard of Oz yourself. And you'll understand what that means later.
Oh boy, okay.
All right, well, without further ado, Colt, bring us in.
Last week, on the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons, the Longshots finish up negotiations with the pirates, getting Sean Connery's sort of ship label, allowing him and his crew to retire. There was a few probably unnecessary threats dropped onto him. That was a little bit, oh boy, a smidge aggressive. But a fight did not blow out, despite what I assume was, a lot of pirate planning at some point. Womp womp.
40.
Oh man, we should have picked a fight. But, then, once that was taken care of, instead of going back to Neverwinter, they decided to take care of a dragon. So they headed eastward through their skyship. In said journey, Vel and Amatrine had a heart-to-heart. Also in said journey, Elian, with one of the gems, decided to, crack it open. And guess who's back, folks? It's Elian and Vel's mother, but younger, and having zero memory of what happened. In fact, pretty much her memory stops just after they were born. So, Elian, thinking that Colt would A, shoot or sleep with said mother, hid her on the ship, keeping Colt away from her at all costs. Then, they arrived and found the dragon and engaged in tremendous air-to-air combat. However, the Longshots, this wasn't their first dragon rodeo. No, sir. Took down the dragon, and now they're prepared to explore the Horde. Be it that's just Vel, Colt, and Amateur this week. But what will they find in the Horde? What item does Buck speak of? And what's next for the Longshots in this endgame? Find out that and more on this low-calorie edition of the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons. Now sugar-free.
Long shots, diets, and dragons. Man. So, having just delivered the killing blow to Cryovane, the ancient white dragon, he comes hurtling back towards the fortress at the top of Icespire Peak, crashing through the roof. Once all the snow settles and beneath his crumpled body, the glint and shimmer of many gold metallic objects litter the floor on the inside. From what you can see, it is a multiple room complex with only an entrance to the roof. However, there is a small bridge that leads across to what seems to be like a gatehouse of some sort. Obviously, with your ship, you would not have to enter in through the gatehouse. So you make your way to the fortress.
Oh, is everyone okay?
I'm good.
All is well down here.
How is the ship status?
Actually quite intact.
Oh, fantastic.
We didn't take too much damage.
Well done. Good sailing there, Emitrine.
Amatrine, is anyone hurt? Can you see anyone hurt on the ship? I know you can see everything.
Do I see anybody who's hurt on the ship?
No, everybody seems to be alive and well. Croft took a couple bruises and some scrapes, but he's okay.
Saying he yeeted himself off the ship via Dimension Door. He's very lucky. He just got a few bumps and scrapes there. Well, I say let's land on the roof, dismount, be careful. This dragon could have had some underlings, who knows, and let's see what we have.
Sounds good.
Yeah, after you.
I will land the ship
All right.
into the
Pulling up
dragon's hoard.
alongside the kind of cave in on the roof, you got it angled in such a way that you could, step off and step on what remains of the roof. Now, the top of the roof there is extremely icy, so being as careful as you can, you'll kind of slip and slide your way towards the edge, where peering over is an ungodly mountain of gold. Now, currently the dragon's corpse is resting on top of a lot of this, so you'll have to move him out of the way. But good golly, there is a lot of gold in here. Maybe more than you've seen in quite a while. But taking a quick look as well, it's not just gold that's in there. There's these shiny, silvery, platinum-y looking coins dotted throughout too. So some nice stuff.
I like the look of this.
Well, starts pocketing the platinum coins.
So as you guys begin to dig your way through, really just, I don't need to know as you're picking through necessarily everything. Most of it is just a mountain of coins. But as you are digging through, how are we moving the dragon body off of the horde proper?
I think we're going to kind of, I don't know if we have enough rope or chains. But perhaps we could use like a pulley system and attach the dragon to the, I don't know if the lamprey could lift it off.
What's the technical size of the dragon? Is it gargantuan?
Huge, I believe.
Huge? Can I use animate object?
Well, we might be able to.
I mean, it's dead, so it's no longer a creature. Surely.
Technically an object.
I want to go with no, but yes. So sure, let's use animate object to marionette his corpse up and wherever you need him. Yeah, I like that.
I'll just Colt, tell me where to put this thing.
Colt's going oh god, that's disturbing. Okay. Is there a relatively clear corner to crumple him up in?
Yeah, so like if you start shoving him towards what would be the northern wings, most of the walls dividing these rooms, I do have the map for this set out just below the world map. Most of these rooms here have had their wall just completely knocked out. So yeah, you can just shove him off to one side and
I see.
get him where you need him.
Gotcha.
Now you've got a much clearer view of the Gold Horde.
Ah,
Everybody roll me in... I almost said investigation. Let's get perception in here.
Fantastic.
Really, either one could have worked, but...
Oh, boy. That's a natural 20 for a 36.
Damn, I got a
Solid.
16.
Okay.
Can I take 10? Yeah, I got a 15. Can I take 10 minutes actually to cast Detect Magic?
I'm going to you first while she's doing Detect Magic for the
Okay.
next 10.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
You and Vel are both going to start basically just like hoovering gold off the side, trying to, dig the pile out. And as you do, you see this kind of like small wooden box kind of like tumble down amongst another pile. So kind of scooting some of that out and grabbing hold, giving it a little rattle. You can hear like a fine clink clink of what seems to be some stones in there of some sort.
What do you think's in here, though?
I think open it up and find out.
Okay, careful. Let's put it down and open it up.
If you say so. I could use Mage Hand to open it from 30 feet away.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should do that. Actually, it's 15 feet. We'll just do it from 15 feet.
15 feet? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that.
Probably great. Yeah.
All
Mage
right.
hand. I use Mage hand.
For the first time in a while, let's see, where did I put it? Session notes. Here we go. I will be putting the loot from here in the session notes. Inside the box is a absolutely beautiful array of gems. There's about 9 of them altogether. 3 emeralds, a deep bright green, an opal. Ametrine might be able to tell you exactly what kind. A star, sapphire, another type of opal. This one black, though. And another sapphire, this one yellow. Either fiery yellow or yellow-green, whatever you prefer. Each of these being a very well cut and crafted gem, definitely worth 1,000 gold each. So
Okay.
9,000 gold in gems in just that box.
Can I have them?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
They're
They had
beautiful.
your name all over it.
Do they? Are they giving off any magical oompha from her detect magic?
Not quite yet. And
Okay.
I'm gonna rotate to Vel really quick, and then Ametrine, you're gonna cast the spy net there. Vel, as he has shifted some of it, you're gonna bring your hand through another giant pile of this gold. When your hand lands on what feels like a wooden object.
Yeah, pull it out. I'll pull it out and take a look.
It looks like a almost stereotypical Harry Potter wand, and having been around the spellcasting world, this is indeed a wand of some sort. Exactly what kind, you're not sure, but it is most certainly a wand.
I wave it around and see if it does anything.
It does not.
Careful with that.
All right.
Turn me into a frog or something. Jeez.
Now, ametrine. Right about the time that they pull these objects out and have settled the gold a bit, your detect magic finally fires. The wand that Vel holds is definitely radiating enchantment magic. None of the gems or its box radiate any kind of magic. Deeper inside the gold hoard, however, and platinum, there are two other objects that are radiating enchantment.
Okay. Can I use can I use mold earth to just kind of like excavate the gold like 5 feet at a time to get to those two items?
I don't see why not, because you could probably do little walls to kind of like
loose earth and stone.
Yeah.
That's basically what gold is.
Not really, but again, it's not really important how we're getting to them right now. So I'll use the floor. Either way, the result is the same.
It once was. All right.
Okay. So there are two objects there. There is almost like a half mace, but on the end of this mace are about 3 5-foot long tentacle almost whips.
Oh.
The other is a small green cube, only about a 1-inch cube. It's not very big.
What's the cube look like it's made out of?
Yeah, what is it? Can I like inspect it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just give the help action looking over her shoulder?
Yeah. Let's have you roll investigation.
Are you giving me advantage, or are you gonna? Or do you want to roll?
Advantage, or
I
can roll if you like.
Doesn't matter to me. I'll just take the advantage.
Yeah. Cool.
Damn it! It was right on a 19, and then it flipped to a 1. So that's a 17.
Okay. Well, yeah, that should be more than enough. So this is adamantine material. It's dusty at first, but as you kind of run your hands over the cube, that nice, almost silver green. It's most definitely adamantine.
And can I tell what schools of magic the flail thing is? And the cube?
So when it comes to magic items, it never really tells you the school of magic for items.
Oh no.
So in my games, any kind of magical item is just the enchantment school. So the rod would be glowing to you enchantment.
Well,
I
wonder what these things do.
I can identify one thing a day, so does anyone have a particular feeling of what I should...
You said... Sorry, and you said it was a rod, not like a weapon?
I mean, taking one look at it, you could most certainly use this as a weapon. It's just how useful is it? Because right now, if you were to just swing it around, it's like smacking somebody with a loaf of bread. Well, this is D&D's kinkiest weapon. I will not lie to you.
So, I mean, we have
another...
Go ahead.
I mean, another option is I could just try to sit with it for a bit. Try to figure it out.
Well, I mean, I can identify one thing a day. And if these are the magical items in here, we should use it on one of that before we start.
I mean, I get the feeling that technically I could cast Identify once a day myself, using a different spell if we really wanted to.
I will pass over the cube and the sex.
We know what the cube is, though, right? Because that's just adamantine, which can be forged into extra strong armor.
Is it a block of that stuff, or is it shaped like something?
A 1-inch cube.
It's a 1-inch cube.
It's a
Gotcha.
there
tiny
any magic on the
adamantine
cube?
D6.
Yeah,
No.
those are the two.
Gotcha.
Yes, those are the two items that I had cast Detect Magic on and found.
Yeah, they are magical. There's just nothing written on the cube.
Gotcha.
Okay. But yeah, so do we want to just do the... So the cube, I feel like there must be something more to it then.
There's gotta be.
So, do you want to do the weapon and the cube?
Okay, sure. Cool.
I'll do the cube, you do the weapon.
Oh, can you do identify?
So I just got the spell wish, and this is a totally like I can cast any
Don't
spell of
use
8th level or lower.
wish.
No.
But it doesn't have any of the consequences if I'm just using it to cast an existing spell of 8th level or lower. So we're not going to do anything else today. I feel like there's no. It's just like casting a spell. It's like I know all of those spells once.
I I feel like we're taking
And I would like to know.
unnecessary risk.
There's no risk, so it doesn't have any of the weakness potentiality of losing the spell
Sure.
or anything like that.
But what if we run?
So
what if we run into something today?
I highly doubt we will.
Oh boy,
We can just stay on the ship.
Those are some words. Those are some words there. You might
Well,
have like a graph.
DM, is there a mechanic that allows you to use Arcana to try to identify a magic item?
Well, so yeah, so like Arcana by itself, if you were called on to roll that, it's basically going through your character's history of interacting with magical stuff. Now, me personally, I don't know if you care about behind the scenes type stuff, but if you are a martial character in my kind of games, and that's what you've spent most of your background time doing, the DC for your Arcana checks is going to be much higher than somebody who's had a magical upbringing or training. You know what I mean? So do with that what you will. But yeah, if you're trying to discern its magical properties,
I am, because I am proficient with Arcana.
That's
I
good.
have a +8 to Arcana, and I grew up in a magical, like really magical, noble family.
Now,
At
some
least
things.
could we have at least heard stories about items similar to these?
Yes. Now, what I will tell you is even the best of Arcana checks can't tell you all the little bits and bobs about that item if you've never had one before or haven't ever encountered somebody who's had that one. You may have heard stories and you may be somewhat aware of how they work, but the only true way to know exactly bit for bit what it does is either something like legend lore or identify. Identify being the most
we can legend
certain.
lore it.
You could try.
Hey,
But
I
we
bring
could
out the
roll it. Can I
stone.
roll Arcana, like investigate each?
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage you guys to roll Arcana.
Yeah, just so then, like, if we do use our one use of identify, then maybe it narrows down which one we want to know more about.
So yeah, anyone who would like to try to recall
Okay.
any of their
I'm gonna re-roll that one
roll.
using my magical guidance.
magical guidance.
So that's a 19 for me.
And then Ametrine, what'd you get?
I got a 14. Didn't do too well.
Okay.
mediocre.
And then Ametrine, which one were you trying to discern the properties of?
The I'll go with the sex whip.
You know, it's actually good that you did that one because it's of Underdark make. You're very familiar with this. It is known as the Tentacle Rod, created by the Drow of the Underdark for nefarious purposes. Its entire purpose is to basically smack people. Now, each of those 3 tentacles is able to reach out and make an attack. And that's each of them on a creature you can see within 15 feet. So even though it's only a 5-foot weapon now, the magical properties allow that to extend out to a greater distance. So
I remember.
deals
I remember this.
damage, and then if you get hit, there's a chance that you might feel really slow.
I remember this. They used this on us all the time
That sounds
in,
awful.
in the Underdark.
Val pauses to give Ametrine a hug. I'm so sorry.
Why?
Explain some kinks.
That's not a nice thing to happen.
I mean, it wasn't fun, but I mean, it was normal
Okay.
at the time. It was,
Yeah,
again, it was
just
a
because
normal
things are
part of my
normal,
life.
it doesn't make it okay just because it's normal.
I feel like this is something that Elian might like, because Elian likes to do things from
I
a
was
distance.
thinking you,
Are you
but
saying... Sorry, the way you said that made it sound like Elliot had
Well,
something
Elian likes to make attacks without spells, and it's usually just like stabbing with a
If-
dagger.
Okay, I took that completely differently too.
And
All right.
I feel like also Elian.
Alien and Matthew might enjoy this one. I feel like that's what Colt says.
I mean, not the kink shame, but tentacles can be fun. Listen, I feel like you're judging me both at the moment. Anyways, but
not
Elian,
at all.
That's your little brother you're talking about,
I
and
think-
my little brother.
Elian often likes to, make attacks without spells for some reason. So this might be useful to him. He also,
I agree.
being a warlock, a little bit limited in terms of spells, whatnot. This gives him a little more variety.
Awesome. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and from 15 feet, he can stay, not being crushed by something.
Eh, I still think that's too close, but
I agree, but it's better than 5 feet. All right, so
This is true.
I'm gonna take the kind of cube, and kind of close my eyes, and I'm gonna cast Identify, and I think by now, Val and Ametrine would notice that when I do this, Colt's hair kind of like floats for a moment, then comes down when he uses the magic.
Just like a quarter Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Vel, what were you trying to take a look at too before I forget? You rolled 19,
the
yeah?
one probably because that's the
Okay.
other thing.
Oh yeah, there's a
All
one.
right.
Cube. The cube.
All right. So, let me double check what this is.
Also,
before I get-
Saw this thing was like a 3. We're traveling for 3 days. We would know this by the time we got halfway to Neverwinter.
I know, but we're
so
excited to find out new information about cool new toys.
Wands of this particular make typically make your spells stronger, and are known to be focused enough to kind of go through lighter bits of cover.
Okay.
And then finally, your little 1-inch cube is called Instant Fortress. Darren's Instant Fortress. Who is Darren? Identify doesn't know, but it's his fortress. Now, normally, what you need is its command word to open this. And having the knowledge of this object, you don't want to be holding it when you verbalize its command word, because it is going to expand into a square tower about 20 feet on each side and 30 feet high.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Does this
What's
does
that
this
now?
fortress like retransform back into a cube, or is it like a one and done sort of thing?
If you speak its command word again, it will back to the cube.
Oh.
Alien speak with the dead. We can ask the dragon.
Oh, when did the Identify spell give me the command word?
It would.
Oh, good.
However, the command word will be up to you. I did not set one. I think it'll be hilarious if you come up with one.
Okay.
I feel
Well,
like we should think about that and bring it to a vote over the next week.
I think Colt will say I think that he's gonna put this in his pocket. That be that I'm very careful with my words as it is, perhaps I should hang on to this before we blow out someone's back pocket and yeet them across and just explode the ship. Although, we do
So
have a ship, so like we don't need to have a stationary grounded fortress, but this is good to have in case we're stuck somewhere.
But I mean, what kind of things are in the fortress?
it is completely empty. However, it does have arrow slits on all four of its sides, and the interior is divided into two floors. A ladder runs up to them. It ends at a trapdoor that leads to the roof. That has like a small, like half-cover parapet up there.
Hmm.
Furthermore, the entire tower itself, not just the cube, is made of adamantine, and its magic prevents it from being tipped over. The roof, door, and walls each have 100 hit points, immunity to damage from non-magical weapons, excluding siege weapons, and resistance to all other forms of damage. However, the only way you can repair this fortress, and the casting of which would count as replicating an 8th level spell or lower, you gotta cast Wish to repair it. And each time you do, it regains 50 hit points.
Wow.
This is
Good thing.
this is handy in case we are without an airship.
We could put this on the airship and be extra secure.
I feel like
Yeah, is it?
that would
I think
crush
it's
it.
too big. I think it's too big to fit on the ship because a ship's only 15 feet wide.
Val looks a little bit disappointed.
But how cool
Could
it? How
we
cool
put a
it
spell
could it
jamming
be?
howl on the tower? Sorry, I know. That would be so
Yes.
funny.
You want
Got the
a
flag.
flying tower.
So I
No,
do
no,
Yes.
actually have a small model that my buddy made for our first campaign of the Instant Fortress because we used it quite often. I was the one abusing this in the campaign.
Well, you would just
I made
throw it out and like wipe out groups of people.
You could throw it at people.
yes you can.
That's funny.
It's a little dark here.
It's nice.
Yeah, it gives you a nice representation.
So, how much weight in gold do you think is in this horde?
More than you could actually physically carry.
I'll spend some time
Physically,
picking out the
yes.
platinum pieces then.
But I'm thinking about I'm thinking about loading it onto the lamprey and possibly returning it to Phandalin and Thane's people as compensation.
Also, wasn't there this ship that we blew up with full of money that was supposed to go to Neverwinter or something?
No,
I feel like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Or
in between you blew up the ship, it had lots of. Okay,
I rolled an 11 deception. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
okay.
Wink.
all right, we're doing that.
All right. I really
I vividly remember that, but apparently I roll. Oh, what do I roll? I think that's a 9 there, which would make it a 10.
I mean,
But
you
it's
can
frozen.
believe her or not. You can believe her or not. It's up to you. Don't feel like you have to like.
No, I believe her.
Well-
I'm like, oh, but like I believe her in the way I'm like, Amashireen, you need to see a doctor. Your memory's getting really bad. I think it's all the excessive sleep.
okay. As much as I
My
think
memory's always been terrible.
as
But either way,
as much as I think it's a great trait that you want to redistribute this acquired funds elsewhere, we should keep it. To fund?
Unfortunately, then I would have to kill you because you would be a gazillionaire, and that's not okay.
So quickly
we don't even know how much
calculating
is
up. If you tally up roughly the amount of platinum you think is here on top of roughly the amount of gold you think is here, roughly about 400,000 or so, give or take, carry some ones. Gold.
I think we'd be fine with 10,000 of this, and we can donate the rest to charity.
we can't even take back 400,000. gold.
Well, your ship would be fine carrying it. You yourself cannot physically hold all of that, but what you can do is you can spend as much time as your characters physically have transferring the gold they can carry onto the lamprey. Because that thing can hold tons.
Oh, well, that part's easy. Colt pulls out his portable hole. All we gotta do is just load that up, pull me up there. I turn inside out, blows out the gold in the hold. We'll have that out no problem without breaking a sweat. Just about keep me from point A to point B. That's easy.
Well, let's at least load it up onto the ship.
Yeah,
and then
we can
decide what we want to do about it.
Yeah,
once it's on the
I
ship.
just don't think anyone should be rich while anyone else is poor.
We will definitely do good with it. But
Especially if this dragon has been terrorizing this region.
Yeah, let's have a look. I feel like we should do some research into this region. Like, whose gold was this before the dragon took it all?
Maybe we can swing by Phandalin and see what state
Yeah.
they're in.
I definitely agree. We shouldn't just take everything for ourselves.
we will not take everything for ourselves. But also, we have done some pretty amazing things. Wouldn't it be great if we could live a wee bit comfortably?
We already live
We have a
comfortably enough.
condo.
We have food, water,
Yeah,
shelter.
sure.
We have our own.
We have an
ship.
island.
We have all the spell components we need. I honestly think that you're starting to get a bit greedy.
I need to do some expensive research. So let's just not be let's just not be too hasty about giving this all away and whatnot.
That was giving you a bit of a side eye, like.
We'll decide once it's on the ship. How about that?
Sure, we'll get on the ship.
Okay.
We'll take them there.
We'll decide as a group.
Or we could
Sleep on it and decide whether we want to be good people or not.
Okay. We could also, what was it? What do you say? 400,000, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if everyone could get 50,000, we have 50,000 left over, which we could give back to the thieves that stole a bunch of stuff as it is. And then if someone wants to give away their money and whatnot, they can, and leave it to each person to decide on their own.
Okay, but just know I will be judging you heavily if you keep 50,000 gold to yourself.
I feel like you.
Yeah, I think that puts a lot of pressure on the individuals to decide. I feel like this is something that must be a group decision.
I feel like that puts pressure on other people to sort of go with the flow then.
Are you guys having this conversation while
as we're loading?
Yes. Shoveling gold into a portable hole, casually walking to the ship, dumping it out.
So, as you are,
roll initiative.
You're starting to scoop another large section of gold, and some coins clink out. However, each of you, as you reach out to grab some more, your hands stick onto the gold. It doesn't feel like gold. It feels like silly putty and Play-Doh. And I need you to roll initiative.
Ah! Let me find some battle music.
Oh my gosh, I knocked more shit over.
No, don't do that.
Ow, ow, ow. Edie.
Hurt yourself.
Let's get the music going.
My cat thinks my hands are a toy. Still. I've
They
not been
are.
able
Are they
to
not?
convince them that it's not
They're
something
so
to play with.
exciting. They are.
Doesn't help that I was sick for a week and didn't play with him at all, so he's gotten really bad at attacking my feet and hands because he's frustrated that I wasn't playing with him.
Well, how dare you not play with him?
He has rights. I keep getting these videos of this cat on TikTok, and it's really funny, and it's this orange kitten, and the mum's narrating, and he's like, always talking about how he has rights, like it's my right to poop in the pot plant. It's my right to get the snack. It's my right. And it's so funny because it's like, yeah, there's a cat's attitude. Like,
All
sort
right.
of right-wing American.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I know a thing or two about them. Oh man.
My right to
Okay.
poop. I picked.
I don't
This
know what you
is
guys. I don't know what
skeleton
you guys are
battle.
talking about. Americans are gentle, kind souls.
Well,
Oh, I'm sure some are.
I'm pretty good.
There's no one stereotype that can cover an entire people.
Of course not.
Except
But we can
Dutch.
sure try.
Yeah.
Colt,
Yeah.
your hand is currently stuck to rubbery gold. What do you do?
Ah! I deploy
What's
the
wrong?
fortress. No, just kidding. Cole says, I feel like we may have stumbled upon this dragon's sort of security system. I'm kind of stuck here. I'm gonna try to... It's just my hand?
Correct. You are technically grappled
Okay.
and restrained.
Oh, okay. Am I the only one? Is everyone else? Is it just me?
That's all three of you. As we've gotten used to running through the horde there.
Okay. I think Colt is going to try to... If it was just him, he'd misty step away, but he doesn't want to abandon his two.
I think
close.
we've all got like things we can do.
We've all
like
got-
that.
Oh,
Yeah, we've all got teleportation abilities.
that's right. Colt will suddenly remember that. Then he'll misty step.
I feel like he says something dramatic like, "I can't leave you guys," and we just look at him like,
Oh wait, that's right. That's right. You guys.
Okay, bye.
You
Is what we
guys,
say.
you guys are pretty slippery.
We'll leave you.
Colt will misty step back 30 feet to a spot where he knows he had not weird footing.
All right. She says, "How many feet? 15."
I mean, if the 15 feet was where he had normal footing, then yes.
All right. And what else would you like to do, sir?
Colt's gonna look like a little confused. Pull out his gun, and he's gonna shoot at the spot where his hand was stuck.
All right. Proceed.
Can I shoot next to Vel so that she's within 5 feet of the shot? So,
Yeah.
So if I could, if I'm hitting a thing, I can trigger sneak attack.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, whatever the thing may or may not be, it's definitely within 5 feet of Vel because it's got her.
Good point. Okay. Pistol shot. Kaplam. 21.
Very nice. You hear a terrible and this large mass of writhing teeth and a giant tongue make its way out of the pile of gold. Looks like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Horde Mimic,
Ah!
"Ooh."
of which I do not have a model for, so we're going to have to...
Oh my god, it's so round.
It's a coin. It's a giant coin.
The giant coin.
Okay. Yep. How much damage?
Oh, yes. That would be 9 points of piercing along with sneakity sneak. Oh, I got more dice now. 35 points of sneak attack damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh boy. Big ugly.
It's his turn now.
Uh-oh.
He's going to catch each of you in a a green belching mist from deep within the Sarlacc pit of mimicry. Everybody make me a dexterity save.
I'm so good at those. 14.
18.
I got a 4. I think Taste of Chaos can be used for this though.
Don't forget your newfound ring that you got in the last session.
What does that do? What?
It's called
Where's
a
my
ring of
ring?
protection.
Ring of Evasion.
Evasion, that's right, evasion, which is actually more important in this regard.
I'm going to do that. Then that gives me advantage. Essentially. I got a 16. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, where'd you get that ring?
I found it in the Horde and didn't tell you.
Very nice.
Sounds about
All
right.
Sorry, I forgot about it.
So you all pass. You're going to take half damage, and you won't be blinded. The damage is 16, so you all take 8 acid damage.
Evasion!
And now you clearly see this thing for where it is. And Rue springs into action.
Hey!
Oh.
Hello!
All right. See, Rue, go ahead and roll initiative.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna make a character sheet up here.
And I'll catch you up to speed where you're at after that.
Alrighty.
Welcome, welcome.
Good morning.
I did try to rouse you.
I don't believe you.
He said you would
I
say
did.
that.
He did say he tried, and then he said that you'd get in trouble for not waking you up.
A 22.
Perfect. You'll go right as soon as we resolve Colt stuff here.
Cool. What are we fighting?
Does she have to
So-
roll a dex save?
I'll go hoard treasure.
Yeah, you know what? You're here now. Roll a dex save.
Okay.
A green mist
Speaking
has
of those.
just belched out of a giant pile of gold that has opened up with writhing teeth and a tongue. So currently they have been investigating the Horde. There is about roughly 80,000 coins here, of which they've started to move a good majority of. But when they finally got to the back half of the pile, everybody's hand got stuck onto the gold pile. Turns out it's a Horde mimic.
Oh,
Don't
and
I
I'm going
gotta-
to use my reaction to do Hellish Rebuke when we want to resolve that.
And what'd you say, Rue?
I got an 8.
Okay. You are going to take the full 16 damage instead of 8, and that's acid. And you're going to be blinded until the end of your next turn.
Awesome. Okay. You said 16 damage?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. And it is actually now your turn. Oh, wait, I'm
But yeah,
sorry.
I just want to use my reaction for Hellish
Yeah.
Rebuke.
Yeah. Hellish Rebuke.
Thing.
Dex save, yeah?
You point your finger. Yeah, dex saving throw, DC 19.
It fails.
Okay, so it does 3d10 fire damage. Oh, that's a d8, not a d10, so that will not be good. So 7 fire damage.
Perfect. All right. Colt, was that all you got? Your one pistol shot?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. Rue, you're currently blinded, but you are within 5 feet of the creature for sure. So worst case scenario, you've got disadvantage on an attack roll.
I have sharpshooter, so I don't, right?
Well, so that would be no disadvantage at close up, but physically being blinded is giving you disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead with longbow at disadvantage. 21 with disadvantage.
With her hand on the rubber gold pile, you see Rue just kind of like draw one arrow out, bring the string up, and just launch it point blank. Yeah, you do hit, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so first hit is gonna do 12 damage, and then I get 2 shots per action. So with disadvantage, that's gonna be another 21.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be another 8 damage. And I am going to favored foe. So that will be another 1d8 of damage.
Brilliant.
That'll be another 7 damage. And I am going to Hunter's Mark it and go ahead and do another attack. That will be another 21 at disadvantage for 8 damage plus my Hunter's Mark damage, which is going to be
Da-na-na-na.
another 5 damage, and then my second attack on that attack action is going to be 30 with disadvantage.
Jesus.
It'll be another 13 damage, and then let's see, with Hunter's Mark, do I get extra damage on each attack that I do? Is it just one per action?
Let's see. Hunter's Mark. Whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Cool. So that is going to be another 5 damage, and that'll do it.
All right. So we had its turn with the mist already. So we go to Vel.
Hey, how mad would everyone be if I tried to dominate monster?
Let's see.
It might be worth getting out of its mouth first.
I think I'm good.
And if you can, take Rue with you.
Oh, true. Yeah, okay, in which case I will do that. I will Dimension Door.
All right.
Where is my Dimension Door?
You're closer to her than I am.
Yeah, and so that I can take Rue with me. And I'm just going to go next to Colt.
Boing.
And
All
then
right.
bonus action.
You're no longer blinded, by the way, Rue. Your turn had ended.
Nice.
We're all seeming to, like, stay back from this creature. So bonus action, I'm going to do the Draconic Transformation, because that was fun. Is there a way that I can use a 60-foot cone without getting Amatrine?
Yeah, you could kind of just angle it sort of like that. Yeah.
Cool,
Yep, straight
because-
ahead would actually catch it without hitting
Wait, I
Amatrine.
can't do that. Never mind. That's a spell. That's a second spell. Leveled spell. Don't worry.
Yeah. Look at you guys remembering.
Yeah, it only took me like a year.
Hey, but
Yeah.
remember, give your guys some credit, man. This is the first long form D&D game you guys have played. After this campaign, you're gonna be sharp as a tack up here.
Hopefully. So instead, I'm just gonna use it to convert sorcery points into spell slot.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
Cool. We move on to Amatrine.
Yeah, I'm gonna teleport away from it
Okay.
using whatever it is, hidden paths.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use Sunburst on it.
Oh my.
So it's a 60-foot radius.
On it?
Ideally. I don't want us to be in a line necessarily. Can I move like over to the left? Can we get a compass?
So we're gonna call pass the mimic this way north, towards the top side of the table.
Okay, can the Twitch stream see the compass so that I can look? Because I don't.
Yeah, let me just get a tool.
That would be wonderful. I basically just want to be in the opposite corner as everybody else.
Okay.
And down more.
North. There you are. Cool.
And down more.
So if you put it anywhere else but directly centered on the creature, then you'll be okay.
Okay, I'll do that. So yeah, that's a con save. DC 19.
It was a fail.
Okay. It takes 12d6 radiant, and it is blinded.
Well, it cannot be blinded, but it is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, it takes 44 points of radiant damage.
All right. That's enough to knock it down. You finally see it for what it is, a large, like, pink-purple goo pile on top of the gold, almost like a weird rubbery blanket. It's like, its tongue is flopped over and it's heaving. That hurt? At this point, with your numbers, I assume you're going to just murder this thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Then we'll call that a clear.
could have negotiated with us, but it chose violence.
It indeed could have communicated, but yes, it chose violence. So there you go. Congratulations. No more initiative. You may resume your gold hoarding.
All right. I guess we'll. Can I cast a? Can I cast detect magic again? Just to see if there's any more like traps in the area.
Nothing else magical that you can see.
Can I cast detect thoughts then? To see if there's any other thoughts in the area that I can't see, of beings that I can't see.
Well, when you do cast it, the only other people whose thoughts you can feel are that of your companions.
Are you poking around anyone's head imagery?
No?
Okay.
Why do you want me to?
No, I do not.
You sound like you want me to, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'll try to knock at Colt's door.
Like mental door?
Go.
Are you trying to
Yeah, his
delve?
mental door.
Are you trying to delve deeply, or just going for surface thoughts?
You sound like you want me to.
I
go
want to know. I
deeper into
want
your
to know if I have to
thoughts, so-
roll something or not.
It's your choice. I mean, you can auto fail if you want, but
No, I'm not gonna auto fail.
DC 19. I mean, she's not gonna do it maliciously. You know that.
Okay. Wisdom.
Mm.
Oh well, gosh, I have a. Let's see how well this goes. Ooh, not good enough. You will detect Colt thinking about a variety of different accounts. Oh, shit. Different. He's thinking about 50,000 worth of gold in the various accounts he's going to be hiding it in. But not clear exactly why.
Okay. I'll leave that be. I don't sense anybody else here, so I think it was just the mimic.
Well, Well,
Awesome.
it just makes sense. The dragon would employ one of these.
A well-fed mimic right there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Big boy.
We should hire one.
That was a possibility of all the outcomes that I could have thought of.
Well, I should have said something. Well, I don't know where we could get one, but like, generally speaking, they need a horde to guard. So, like, unless we have this amount of money just lying about, we'd probably get a little punchy.
I mean, you have a mimic guy, don't you? You have a guy for everything.
We could probably get our hands on a mimic, but a mimic of this size is decisively more difficult. But I feel, we would need a place to have this sort of, like, we would need like a mimic on the ship. Or anything like that. But, I mean, if we want to find one, we can find one. Just, if we're prepared to put it down if it gets a little too bitey. Val, where'd you get that ring?
Like I said, I found it in the Horde.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can roll deception if you would like to. Fucking hell, my cat, sorry. Just shut him out.
Yeah, I would love to.
Can I help Val and just say, yeah, I saw you poking around over in that corner there. I noticed it might check, but you grabbed it before I could say anything.
I'm fine with that if Buck grants you that advantage.
When it comes to stuff between you guys.
Sure.
Okay. I will roll again then, and hopefully it's slightly better. Well, I got a 21 in deception.
Okay, well, lucky you, I suppose.
What did you get in insight?
14.
Damn, you're normally pretty good at that. Yeah, so. Yeah, sorry, it was just like, a bit grumpy at you. Because you don't want to... You want to keep all this money. And that's not okay.
Listen, I don't not appreciate where you're coming from. But there are things in this world that do require a financial lubrication, so to speak. You need to grease some palms, and this makes what we...
Yeah, like food to eat, which a lot of people don't actually have.
Okay, sure. But sometimes it's easier to pay people off than to kill them.
Vel, roll history.
One thing we could do with 400,000 gold pieces is one of the things that the Lampreys manual came with was a subscription to Spelljammer Weekly, and it took
what?
And
you want to pay for a magazine subscription?
No. It already came with that. But we could probably get a few spelljammers, and we could possibly hire people and give them jobs. I mean, we just opened up a trade route here.
And you know what, Vel? Come to think of it, as you're racking your brain of things to use for your money, you seem to remember being like almost the head boobies waitress and being like, oh my god, the perfect people who need some jobs there. You could maybe open up your own franchise.
So rather than maybe what Colt is saying is rather than distributing the wealth randomly, is we work with the people in order to better the economy.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's going back into the community and it's not just sitting there, because we're not dragons, we don't need a horde. That's all I care about. Like, I know that Colt could come up with a much smarter plan of how to actually help and better the community, our community, than just throwing money, which is something I can't come up with. But I don't want to just spend it all on us and hoard it. It just, yeah.
So why don't we work with the surrounding why don't we work with the surrounding towns
I would
and
love that.
develop like a more of a bit like a business to help support the towns economically by offering jobs and services.
I would
While
so be down
everybody's
for that.
distracted by this conversation, Rue would like to try to steal that ring.
Oh no.
The ring of evasion from Vel.
Yeah, whatever the new shiny thing is.
This is gonna be pretty difficult. All right, let's see it. Sleight of hand.
19?
So you're gonna get close. The problem is Vel is constantly accentuating with her hands as she's talking, and so like you've almost got a few angles here and a few angles there, but you just can't get it off stealthily enough to finally
I burn an inspiration to try again.
That's your right. Inspirations will give you advantage on one check, so.
Oh, 30.
Well, as you're moving your hands around there, Vel, just one slip, and when you come back, just phew, the ring.
I immediately stop talking and I just start digging around looking in like a panic. Like I'm really frantically trying to find the ring, digging in the gold around like, oh my god, did anyone see the ring? And she's like in
Here.
such a panic.
Rue was
I'll
gonna
help.
try and help her look for it.
So yeah, she's just gonna keep looking for it and
Just
after like some time she starts like kind of crying.
just a mechanical question here. Would a passive perception pick up on that?
What's the passive perception?
31.
Yep. Yep. Sure would. By a point.
Colt is going to stand there with his arms crossed, and then as Vel gets more upset, be glaring at Rue.
Rue is going to make a shushing motion to him.
If Rue doesn't give it back eventually, Vel's gonna start panicking and say, "There's the first gift my mother ever gave me." And it's like as she's crying.
She'll give it back eventually.
We'll find
just
it.
not right now.
We'll find it.
Yeah,
I'm
don't worry,
gonna.
we'll find it.
I'm immediately going to, as a spell slot, cast Detect Magic, which is one action, and I'm gonna look for it.
Well, each one of your friends is glowing from the magical items that they carry.
Right, but I'm specifically looking for things that are ring shaped. Like,
yeah, that's fine,
right.
but I'm telling you that, like, they all have magical stuff, even ring shapes, but you do spy a ring that is not being worn, or at least a small circular object that is not being worn in Rue's pocket, but I believe that there's...
We'll have that ring of defense from Elian, too.
Yeah, there's also another one. There's at least 2 rings in her pocket, along
And
with
none on
anything
the
else
ground?
anyone else is. None on the ground, unless that's where you ditch it.
Oh, Rue, I think it might have fallen into your pocket.
Rue is gonna pull out the ring of defense and go, "No, this is an old thing. I've had it for forever."
Isn't that
Do
Elliot?
we even recognize it as Italians?
Yeah, Elian gave
Well,
it to me
history.
to hang on to.
But yeah, well, she's gonna straight up
There
tell
is-
you that Elian told her that yeah, it's Elian's.
But there's a second one in there.
No, there isn't.
Rue,
I can see it.
there's a certain level of trust in the Longshots.
You're right. This line of questioning is just really out of hand.
I mean, I was just looking around for it. I was hoping that using a magic spell would help locate it, but I mean, like I said, I think it might have fallen into your pocket. I mean, if it was an accident, I understand.
Belle says, "No, we've got to trust our teammates. I trust Rue. I'm just really sad that I lost
Well,
the first my
it's
mother ever gave me.
it's-
The only
it's-
person that a parent ever cared for me."
Yeah, she
wait, what? When
I
when-
mean, it was just a really cool ring that I found, and that's why I'm upset. She tries to cover.
hang on,
Well,
wait. What? Wait. When did you get that ring?
The Horde.
So is it your
just
mother's
have-
ring?
Maybe. Yeah, I recognized it as a family heirloom. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
while
what
the
happened.
two of them are having this interaction, I'd like to try and plan it on Ametrine.
I'm like watching you.
she's like physically watching you.
Wait, what are you
I'm like-
watching them talk though?
No, I'm trying to.
Both
I'm
can
trying
be
to.
true.
That's true.
I'm trying to explain to you why it would be okay if it fell into your pocket, and I just want to make sure that it's not the one that like Vel dropped. You know, because it sounds like it's really important to her, and
I don't know how to ditch this ring.
you could just hand it over.
Yeah,
Her
that
character.
was
You could just really slyly like bend down, pick up a gold piece, drop the ring, and be like, "Oh, hey, I think I found it."
Okay, we'll go with that.
Meanwhile, you're trying to crack the nut on the mother situation here as the ring is being found by Rue.
Yeah. So wait. So you found the ring in the Horde, and you recognized it as a ring that was your mother's.
Yeah, a family heirloom. Very, very highly recognizable as a family heirloom, and the fact I just decided she must have left it here for me to find, and that's why. She's like, honestly, you can just straight up tell that she's lying.
Okay, side note, I missed the family heirloom thing. Probably wouldn't have tried to steal it if I knew that.
It's not a family heirloom. She's trying to make sure that to explain.
But her mother did make it.
Yeah, my mother did make it and give it to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Listen, I
But you wouldn't have known that.
Right. I would have assumed that you were telling the truth.
All right. Listen, I've known you for years. You don't want to tell me. You don't have to tell me. Whatever.
Okay, I'm not telling you.
Okay.
That was
Fine.
easy.
Listen, it's not my story to tell, my secret to keep, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Feel like this is the.
But
Yeah.
the ring's
Hey,
important
Colt.
to me.
You've got a nice passive perception. Where the ship is parked, your makeshift gangplank, one of the portholes, you can just see Elian's face like smushed up against the porthole, like intently listening.
Okay. Okay. Boy, I feel like this is something I should ask about, but it has been a long.
I'll tell you when we're ready.
Who's we?
I won't tell you that.
Oh
I'll
my.
tell you when we're ready.
Ugh.
But I promise it's okay.
You
You're
know,
being very safe.
okay. Listen, I find it a little bit amusing. You're giving me shit about gold, and then like you're keeping something. You and some other mysterious person are keeping something from me. Is a little bit of an unequal partnership here.
Well, Colt, look me in the eyes and
Colt.
tell me you're not keeping a secret from me right now.
Of course, I'm keeping a secret from you right now.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah, so am I.
A voice in the back of your head, the voice of Alistair. Just, doesn't that make you angry? Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. 20.
Nice.
I'm proficient in wisdom saves now.
Colt is mildly annoyed, though.
Okay, well, then...
It'd be hypocritical of you to be mad at me for keeping secrets, because you're always keeping secrets.
Yes, of course I'm always keeping secrets. That's pretty much my entire life has been one big secret, Valhalla.
And that's unhealthy, and I would encourage you to tell me, but I'm keeping one secret.
Alright, fine. Keep your secret. I'm sure if it was something that I needed to know about, you would tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Very convincing. Cool. Alright.
You'll know as soon as it becomes relevant, or we're ready to tell you.
You
But I
and...
do need to find that ring, because I feel incredibly bad for losing it.
Oh my god, Rue lifted it off your hand.
No, we can't disparage Rue like that. Like, we need to be nicer to our teammates. Trust, Colt. Not everyone is a thief or a bad person, okay?
Well, I am a thief.
Literally,
Trust
and
is
a-
important in a team.
Listen, I am a thief, and I'm a morally ambiguous person, and I'm very good at what I do. I'm very good at watching things. She lifted it off
Yeah,
your
that
hand.
doesn't mean Rue stole it.
I saw her do it.
You-
She has sticky
Oh.
fingers. Which is fine.
Val looks sad and disappointed. Oh.
This is slander.
Well, if it's accurate. Cole's gonna get back to putting what remained gold in the portable hole for the last haul up. Annoyed.
Rue, did you really steal my ring?
No, I found it in the gold. It fell off your hand.
Colt said he saw you steal it.
Would this be the first time Colt has lied?
Not the
He wouldn't
Val.
lie about this for no reason. Not to me.
It's pretty clear that he's not a huge fan of mine. I think that's reason enough.
I don't think he would have lied about this. Can I have my ring back, please?
Oh, absolutely. Here you go.
She grabs the ring and she just looks really disappointed in Rue and says, I thought I could trust you.
Oh.
Damn.
I thought we were friends.
Oh,
That got steep.
And then she just walks away towards the ship.
all right. On your last haul up, Colt, you're first up the gangplank and first down the stairs down into the hold. And sitting on one of the barrels, Alistair in his normal regalia, just kind of watching you as you come down, and he's like, seriously though, don't you ever get tired of secrets?
Do I know if that's an actual thing there, or is it a hallucination?
You're certain you killed the man. You're not certain exactly what that is. I mean, there's one way to be certain, I suppose.
Oh, there. Okay. Well, then, if it doesn't look like Obi-Wan Kenobi ghosty.
Yeah, he's not poltergeisting right now.
Okay, and then Colt's gonna put his hands behind his back, tilt his head to the side. What did he say? What does that
Like, doesn't it just make you angry keeping secrets all the time? And having secrets held from you?
Oh, there's a lot of things that make me angry, and Colt's going to slide one of his stiletto knives into his hand and right into his chest.
It will fly right through, striking the wall. The wall to the fucking where,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The broom closet.
Yeah, it's striking the broom
It
closet.
goes just missing Eliza's shoulder by 2 inches.
Oh, is she in that room too?
She's in the broom closet because it's
Oh,
right at the end of the
gotcha.
cargo hold.
Gotcha. All right, Colt will go.
Did you guys see this?
So you would have maybe heard a ka-thunk.
I'd probably run down. I'd be quite worried that he'd found Eliza.
Stop putting holes in my ship.
When you walk down, it's just Colt, one hand behind his back, intently looking at a grouping of barrels, but that's it. And there's now a knife stuck in the wall.
Cool.
All right,
You right, Colt?
Yeah. Colt's gonna kind of like look at Alistair, then look at Vel, and I imagine I could sort of put it together that only I can see what's going on here based on her reaction.
Yeah.
Colt will go, I just wanted to see if I can still do that. It's a neat little trick I can do.
Throw a knife?
Well, I have a knife and like have it stick in a door. A lot of times it'll like
Okay.
fall off and bounce on the hood. But no,
On
I'm
your
fine.
last
did just
glance
say that if
over
you
and
don't
last
wanna-
glance back, he's gone.
If you don't want to talk about something, we don't have to, but I'd prefer we don't lie to each other. I know I'm hypocritical saying that, but we did just have that discussion.
Colt is going to hug her tightly.
Okay, this is awesome. She hugs back tightly.
And he will say in Infernal to her.
Oh.
He'll say, we'll talk soon.
Okay, I trust you.
I trust you too.
Rue,
Thanks
at
for
this
telling me about Rue,
point,
by the way.
I don't
you
trust
and
you.
Amatrine have made it back up onto the ship and are going to deposit your gold. Or not. Whatever you choose.
I think that's just about the last of it. I mean, Colt, you're really good at seeing things. Maybe you could do one more loop around the cave just to make sure.
Sure. I'll pop back down there one more time. You guys stay up here so we can get out of here, and I'll be right back. I'll shimmy down, and I'll take not a long walk, but I'll stroll through the rooms, and I'm looking for Alistair again to see if he pops up down there to speak with me.
All right. Let's see. When you do walk down there, he's like, sorry, I don't like to split your attention all at once. I just thought I'd pop in.
Well. What do you want, Father?
Just don't want you to constantly have to swallow that pride. It's okay to let a little emotion out.
I believe emotion, if I recall, is much of the reason why you've died twice. I mean, I could be mistaken. I only have, one source of information that I trust completely. But I often find controlling one sort of heated outburst often gets you farther along in things, There could have been Star's influence more than anything else, putting me in a position to where I would be successful.
And it's at this point that I'm going to need another wisdom save.
Oh boy. Do. 27.
Perfect.
Do I feel him trying to do something, or this is just unknown to me?
No.
Okay.
Just kind of unknown. It's like, well,
I mean, I had hoped that you would finally have found some peace in the afterlife and would be able to move on. Fuck's sake, man.
it's afterlife. I'm not in the afterlife. I'm bound to you.
Ah, yes.
As you live, so do I.
Cool. I mean, if you're are you going to like pay the rent around here? If you're going to be hanging out, or you're going to provide any sort of little extra other than, annoying me? Or are you just going to be like, it's like a Three's Company situation? Just knock on the door. I'm waiting for you. I think people could hear Colt sing echoey.
Yeah, and that's about really it. He didn't give much of a response.
Okay. Well, fun talk. Am I the only one that can talk to you? Are you gonna be popping in anyone else's vision?
No response.
Okay. All right. I see what we're doing here. Okay. Well, it's been fun. Hope I'll never see you again. Ugh. Fucking redheads. Alright, we're all clear down here. I assume Cole didn't see anything else of interest down there walking about.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
You guys have scooped up whatever the Horde was.
Alright.
Everything else is pretty much busted, frozen over
We'll
old
give a little
furniture.
tug. Cole put his foot in the little rope hold and give a tug and have himself lifted up dramatically. Nope, we're all good down there. Nothing but ghosts. And Colt will sort of. I would say the last since the defeat of Ezekiel, Colt's sort of usual spot on the ship now is at the bow, arms crossed, looking out, and he'll kind of just take up his spot right there.
Moody DiCaprio.
I think you would see flashes of moodiness, but also flashes of just thinking.
Yeah, so broody DiCaprio.
Award-winning Rudy DiCaprio.
Well,
Fair enough.
I think would it be
Scatman. Nope.
what time of day is it?
Let's see. Think you'd be getting close to about 6, 7 in the evening at this point.
Should we just camp here for the night?
I think we should find a spot that is a little bit less visible, since we are carrying a shit ton of gold on our ship. So let's not make ourselves targets for would-be sticky fingers outside of this party. But yeah, sure, we can hold up for the evening. Let's find a spot to float or a spot on the ground. Either way.
Okay. I will see if I can find a good, secluded, well-defendable spot to land the lamprey.
Yeah, easy enough to do up here in the mountains.
Cool. And then I want to find Rue.
Well, Rue has left for the night.
Oh, has she? No problem.
Did you pass out?
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I go to bed.
All right.
Well, we'll be on the bow of the ship well into the night,
Well into the night.
but eventually turn in.
Excellent.
Would you say that Colt is acting any differently than what he usually does?
I would say so.
Okay, I'm gonna insight check him.
Sure.
19.
I would.
I'm rolling like shit tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's not actively deceiving, so I mean, I think you'd pick up that he's a little less gregarious and not grumpy, but what like a combination of
Yeah.
there's less to worry about right now, so he's not like running at full speed all the time. So he's sort of focusing on things in the beyond right now. Definitely things on his mind that are distracting him a lot.
All right. She also has a passive inside of 27,
Yeah.
if that gives her any more. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, I guess she'll go find him and just say, "You seem off. Is everything okay?"
There are as okay as I suppose it can be. And we still have another dragon out there, and yes, at some point a third part of some magical thing will be popping in here from Theron that we have to sort of sort out.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Anna might have us go find Sarah. So there's lots of little things out there. Still feel like there's something else pulling at us. I don't know what. We don't
What's Colt's passive insight?
14.
Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, we don't have a target right now. I feel like there's one out there. Previously we were sort of aiming for Ezekiel, then we were aiming for Alistair, then we go back to Ezekiel. Just not positive that. I don't know. I just have a feeling out there that there's something else. That's all.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Probably. Always something more.
Seemed like Vel and Ellie have something going on, but they can sort that out.
Do you trust me, yeah?
Of course I do.
And you trust Val and Elian?
I trust Vel and to a degree Elian.
If you trust me and Val, then please know that it's nothing that will put us or any of the group in danger.
Okay. Colt,
Okay.
You'll see Colt take a beat and go like, he's gonna put a hand on his shoulder. I believe you.
Good. Thank you. And I just, as much as we respect your privacy, I hope that you'll respect theirs.
I'm not gonna go poking around unless I see my stuff missing. But no, I mean, they can have their secrets. Proud actually of Val for being so secretive. I mean, it's a time.
She's trying.
Yeah, well, it's a time she couldn't keep anything from me. Be that she was eager to tell me, or just was a terrible liar. So she's come quite a ways. Very proud of her for being a little deceivious.
I'm also holding my own secret for the first time.
Oh. Congratulations.
And I think I'm going to tell you guys soon.
Yes. Okay, well.
And she looks kind of like very, like her eyebrows are kind of like lowered, and she looks very serious, and you do get like a vibe from her of just like sort of, it's less guarded for her sake, but like guarded for everybody's sake. and kind of a feeling that she's waiting. She's waiting on something.
Okay.
But yes, please, if anything major happens, please don't be afraid to come to me. If it's a secret, I can keep it, and
Of course.
I've always been able to keep people's secrets.
Sure. No, it's,
I just worry about you. You know that.
I know.
Like I said, you seem off, but nothing. I don't think anything major is coming anytime soon.
Okay. Well, then I'll try to be a bit more relaxed, I guess. But yes. So.
Take a deep breath. Go get some rest.
I will. That's a topical idea.
I'll take first watch. All right?
Wake me when it's my turn.
Will do. She'll kiss him on the cheek.
He'll kiss her back on the cheek. And he'll go to sleep.
All right. Well, guys, this is pretty much the breadth of what I had for you today. If there's anything else you guys are trying to get up to, of course, you can accomplish that, but this is probably the point where I'd wrap.
Sounds good.
That'll give you a little extra time to do whatever you got to do before you actually have to go somewhere, Vel. About 20 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, it's just a Zoom meeting, so I wasn't having to go anywhere.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's about all I've got for you.
Thank you.
Well, guys, we'll catch you next week, I think, with 2 more members coming back. Alien wasn't gone 2 weeks, were they?
Bertram's gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bird's gonna be out a minute, but we can ghost him.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, there's a couple sessions where I'm home with family and we haven't made any solid plans, but there's a possibility that we'll decide to go on an overnight walk at some point that ends up being over these days, so I'll let you know closer to the time if I know.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah, and my parents are moving, so it might be that I have to help on that day. That's when am I going? I'm going the 29th, which will be the 28th for you. And I'll also be there on the 6th. So, 28th
Okay.
and 6th, which I think is not next week, but the week after. For 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. My family's terrible at making plans and sticking to them, so I just don't know.
All right. Well, we'll keep in mind a little closer there. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the magical item haul there. I will post the links to those here shortly so you guys can take a look at them. Though I did post their names inside the chat here, the session notes. So if you guys look back through and search those either on 5e or the D&D Beyond, you'll find what they do.
All right, then. Until next week, we'll see you here on the Longshots. Dungeons and Dragons.
Good night, folks.